as I start to create my section view and detail view drawing, I'm going to go ahead and start a new drawing. And after that loads, I'm going to select which of the templates to use. I'm going to go ahead and use the inches one for this project. And I'm going to browse for a model view. As you look wherever it is you have stored your files, and you find the part that you'd like to use, you'll go ahead and click open, and you will bring in a model view. Now, at this point, you will not click down any projected views. You will just close that and get your model view. Now, this may or may not be the right size for what you want to work on. We are going to add a detail view down here, so I'm going to kind of just do the section view near the top so that we're good to go. And without having that view selected, I'm going to go over to drawing. And one of my options is going to be section view. This will describe a section view for us, which is any section view, aligned or half section. And basically what we're doing is we're cutting the part at a line and we're looking at it in the direction that the arrows are pointing. So that's the view that you see. So as I take this section view, the first thing I'm going to be asked to do is to create a section line. So if I go ahead and put this section line right in the middle of this part, once I accept that, I am going to get a view of what it looks like by cutting that part in that direction. And that is my section view. So this is exactly what it would look like if I cut this part right here and look down it. You can see some of my areas are kind of this crosshatch pattern, and that is where I would see material. Okay, where it's still open, that's where some hollows are or a surface that's behind. So that is how I create a section view. Pretty cut and dry. The nice part about doing a section view, or the reason I would do it, is there may be some internal features in here or internal cavities that I couldn't necessarily show in another view. For example, right here, this kind of balloons out. And now I would be able to go to my Smart Dimension tool and give you a diameter of that interior dimension. It's possible that maybe this part has a thicker wall where it balloons out as opposed to a thinner wall on the inlet and outlet, which is all a possibility. So in addition to that, this sheet asks for a detail view. So what I will do is I'm going to get out of that tool. We're going to go to drawing. I'm going to bring in a second model view. And this is where I can hit browse and find a different part. I'm going to go out of here and go into a different folder. And I'm going to bring in this one. And I'm going to put that down here. Now, as you can see, I've got various sections of this. But what we're going to do with the detail view is typically there's some part of my detail view that's very small and maybe difficult to dimension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a detail view, and it's going to ask me to draw a circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a circle around this portion of it. And what I will get is essentially a zoomed in version of that. The nice part is that I can actually mess with this some, because as you can see, my detail B is at 1:1. So I can click on this one, and I can actually change this to be a much smaller drawing so that you see that circled. And I can also take this and I can enlarge it more. So it's already using a custom scale, and I've got it at 1:1. I can even go to 2:1, so it'd be twice as big as it actually exists. And you can see that won't fit on my page, but I wanted to show how you can actually manipulate that to get the largest view that you can. Okay, and you can stagger these however you need to, but both views should show, and you should do whatever you can to maybe make these as obvious that one goes with one, the other goes with the other. One of the things we could also do is maybe we can reduce this instead of 1:2, go down to 1:4, and maybe have everything fit a little bit better. and still show the same amount of information. But once you get everything set, you can go ahead and fill out your title block. Your name, class name, period doesn't change. Project name doesn't change. For the drawing name, you can put this as section/detail views. For the scale, if you can, try to have your two reference drawings being the same scale, and that's the scale you would use. Okay. And then this is going to be the last page of your packet. So page 7 of 7, page 8 of 8, page 6 of 6, whatever it is. Okay. And then just kind of set these up in a way that everything fits, nothing's overlapping, and nothing's confusing. So that's how you complete this section of that. These drawings where you use multiple parts on the same sheet and the two different ones, a section view and a detail view.